So I go to Marky class. When I get to his class, I goes inside. I don't see him. But mind you, the bill ain't wrong yet. So I still got a little bit more extra time. So the teacher's like, hey, may I help you? I'm like, yeah, I'm just waiting on my brother real quick before the bell ring. He was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So I'm just standing there inside this man's class, okay? Inside this man's class, people are coming in, getting seated. So I'm like, where is this dude? So I go outside the classroom, and now I'm just standing outside the classroom, and I'm calling this fan, calling. And it's going. It ain't even ringing. It ain't even ringing, yo. It's just going straight to voicemail, straight to voicemail, straight to Like, I'm talking about, I'd at least called this man like 13, 14 times. 13, 14 times. And I'm like, okay, maybe he done ditched again. All right, I'm taking this day like maybe, you know what I'm saying, he done ditched. He done left after, mom had left the school. So I'm like, I got to make it to class. Now, this man's class have got filled, and I still don't see Marky. And I got a couple of seconds to make it to my next class. So, boom, I walk off, right? Boom, I go to my class. I get out my class. Once the class is over, I leave from my class and go directly back to Mark's class. And I went to the teacher, and I said, hey, did you have a student just last period by the name of Mark? He was like, you know what? Mark was missing. I actually marked him not here. I'm like, missing? But I'm like, he is here. He like, well, he wasn't in the classroom. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'll make sure to get you a slip. He like, okay. He like, and let him know that it's very important for to come to class so he can gain his grade, because report cards come out Monday. So I'm just like, Mark would have never, you know what I'm saying, just not picked up his phone for me like that. So now I'm just anxious to be ready to get out of school. So I'm going to my locker. Boom. When I go to my locker to get ready to go to the next period now, I go to my locker. Here comes Charetta. Can we talk? No, I don't want to talk. She like, we need to talk. I'm like, you don't like me. She like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you don't like me. She like, I do like you. And so I say, okay, so what you want to talk about? I'm like, because you got to make it to class. She like, I don't like him. And I don't know what type of history you're talking about. I'm like, you don't know what history I'm talking about. She like, no, I don't. I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe it's no history. She like, no, tell me what you meant. I'm like, so you think that I did that to Roosevelt car? I flipped it. I totally flipped it on her, right? She like, what? I'm like, you think that I did that to Roosevelt car? She like, I don't know, that's what they thought. No, because when you called me, you said that you believed that I did it. She like, yeah, because y'all mad at each other. I'm like, I'm not mad at him though. I'm like, and why it had to be me that did it? She was like, look, I'm not involved in it. I'm like, right, because you like him. She like, so you think I like everybody? I'm like, look, I got to get to class. I got other stuff going on. So I shut my locker. And as she's still talking to me, like, so you just going to walk off? I'm steady continuing to walk off, right? When I can ignore a person, I'm talking about my ignore game is strong. Okay, I'm going to keep doing me, and I'm going to just ignore you. I don't give a damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to ignore you. That's exactly how I roll, right? So I'm steady walking. She's walking behind me, and she's talking. So boom. Now, it's when you get to, like, the hallway and you walk down a little bit, it's a side where you can go this way or this way down the hall, or you can keep straight down. So some just told me, now my class was still straight ahead. Some just told me, take a right. I don't know why, but I just did it. Took a right, boom. As I bust the right corner, Danielle is right there. So she like, hey, my partner. But when she was saying it, Charetta was hitting the corner too. Now, how I knew Charetta was hitting the corner, I didn't have to turn around and look. Danielle's face said it all. Because when she was like, hey, my partner, and then she looked like, you know what I'm saying? When she did that I already confirmed. So I go upstairs. So now I'm starting to jog up the stairs now. To go all the way around to my class. So boom, I make it to my class. I walk inside my class. Charetta just sitting there, right? sitting there in the doorway. She like, you're about to make me mad. And so I just looked and I just put my head down. So the teacher was just looking at me and looking at her, right? He's looking at me and looking at her. There's some people in the classroom. The bell is about to get ready to ring. So I just looked at her and put my head down. Ignore game is strong. No. My feelings hurt. I ain't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? You hurt my feelings. Not because, you know what I'm saying, of what she told me. It's because I actually really liked you. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting up here, you wore this man jacket? When she told me that took it to heart. And y'all took pictures with y'all face up close. You know what I'm saying? That's what hurted me, just seeing that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, so she ain't got to worry about me. Did you think that I did that to Roosevelt car? Then I'm already worried about Marky, right? So boom, class is in session. Have a good, successful, periods or whatever. Mind you, I ain't seen Lamont, right? I haven't saw Lamont, but I got my eye open for him because, mind you, when I pushed him, he definitely looked like he wanted to get his lick back. And he the type that won't stop until he get his lick back. So I'm like, got my eye open, boom, I go to the locker. When I go to the locker, Danielle comes there. She say, are we going to bacon together? I'm like, you can beat me there if you want to. I'm like, I got something to do real quick. She like, I can wait for you at your locker if you want to. Now, here's the deal. Danielle was like, okay, like, she fine. But she was like, like, I told you I was coming to the bed. Like, why are you clawing me at the neck? Can you get the clothes out the neck? Because, God, I'm talking about every time I shut my locker, there you go. Like, I ain't got no problem. But can I get a little air? Okay, I got a lot going on. So she was like, I can wait at the locker for you. I'm like, no, you ain't got to wait. I'm like, just go ahead and beat me there. So she like, you probably finna go home. I'm like, no, I'm serious. I promise you I'm coming there, right? Boom, she walks off. Now I'm walking around. I'm gonna go outside the school. I'm not up to no funny business, and I am gonna go to the baking class. I just wanted to look for Marky. I needed to see where my brother was at. Because where is he at, Willis? So as I go out, right, I see Roosevelt, Greg. Now, mind you, I only saw Roosevelt like once. I haven't saw Greg. So whatever Greg was doing, we was missing him like clockwork. Like, I wasn't getting to see him. So they all over there huddled up now. Roosevelt's still driving his car. He's still driving his car, no windows on the side. He's still driving the vehicle, okay? So he spots me. As I'm looking like, just trying to peep the scene and see like if I see Mark, he spots me. And so he like kind of whisper in one of his friends' ear, right? So I saw it, so I already knew what was coming along the way. I already knew. So that was the opportunity that I could have called my mom like, hey, I think it's a funny business about to happen. But I ain't going to do that. I'm going to let him strike a move. So he just looking like, making like you can see him, like making face expressions. Man, look, I walked off. I go heading towards the bacon. So as I get there, boom, I hit the corner now. Charetta was very, very, very upset at me. She was upset, okay? She had the mean mug. She looking sad, right? When I get ready to go to bacon, right, it's like that large window right there before you know what I'm saying? As you're walking past, you can see directly inside the class. You can see directly inside. You can see the teacher. You can see some of the students. You can't see the people in the back, but you can you got a good. You could see inside that mother. You feel me? I look. She just cheesy. Cheesy like a bug. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about she didn't look like she was pressed at all. Didn't look like she was bothered at all. It was just so now I'm taking this, oh, so you want to play with me. You want to play with me. Okay. Copy that. So she didn't know. I come walking in. So everybody happened to look. She sees me and immediately this went like this. I'm talking about it. And so I just glanced, I'm like, I'm going to play her game. I'm not dancing to her music, but I'm going to play her game. So the teacher, he like, hey, what brings you in? I'm like, I, I, I wanna continue to do the baking. He like, are you sure? He like, cause you can't just drop a class, come back, and drop a class and come back, and drop a class and come back. I was like, no. And I'm like, somebody told me that they needed a partner. And so she just said that she like, and she raised her hand, and yeah, raised her hand. So immediately Charetta, look, the bell ringing as I'm talking to him, right? So he like, well, all right. He like, did you talk to your dean? Did you talk to the principal? They know. I said, no. I was hoping that maybe you could kind of do that for me, because I don't want them to be mad at me. He like, I'll take care of it. He was like, all right, go ahead, take your seat by Danielle. He like, all right, class. So look, we had a great time yesterday. So here's the deal. I want you guys to bake something from the heart, and it could be muffins, it could be pies, it could be whatever you chose to bake, whatever I have back there. Make it look different, make it look appetizing, make people want to buy with their eyes. So he's talking, and he like, and then after you make these, the ones that looks the best is going to give it to a teacher that they like, right? So I'm like, I really ain't a big fan of none of my teachers, but I know what to do, you know what I'm saying? So boom. So then you're like, well, partner, you want to do cupcakes, right? Like, you want to do cupcakes? I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool, we're going to do some cupcakes. So boom, everybody is heading towards the back way. They're grabbing ingredients and grabbing things that they need. Whole time, I feel like all this hot. Like, all of this is just burning up sensation, like hot, okay? So some just say, Rose, just like, turn around. I turn around, and Charetta is looking at me like if her eyeballs about to pop out her head and walk up over there. I say, pop out her head and walk up over there. So I'm just like what? Like, so I'm squishing my face up. Yes, I squished up my face like, what you looking at? But it was really more so like, what I do type. So then you're like, so you remember I said I had to ask you something, right? I'm like, yeah, I remember that. So she's like, you think we should do sprinkles, or should we do M&Ms? Ooh, or we can make it like, ooh, like rainbow, like. So I'm like, okay, what kind of idea? She like, or I know what we can do. So I'm like, okay. So she grabbed the chocolate batter, and she grabbed a lot of different other stuff. So we're gonna make vanilla and chocolate, but we're gonna mix it. We're gonna mix that up together, okay? Boom. We got the inside is gonna be where we're gonna, when the muffins get done, we're gonna boom, infuse like the frosting and stuff in the inside. And we'll put a little frosting on the top, and we could put whatever we want. But we did a little bit of different. Some was made with candy, some was made without, some was, you know what I'm saying, was made with a little bit of fruit on top. Like, the girl just did her thing. So we chopping up little bitty strawberries, chopping up a little bit of berries, and we having a good time. We in our own little section, right? Now, the section we was at for when we bake it had my back turned. Okay, so I can't really see what like Charetta or none of the other people are really doing. So I just happen to turn around and look. She's over there with him. They doing their thing. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not gonna look no more. I'm not gonna look no more. So boom, everything is getting done. Boom, we get back, you know what I'm saying, towards our desk. So stuff is baking. And so boom, everybody's stuff get done. Boom. We bring it back. So now we have to present it to the teacher, tell the teacher and the class what they think. Now, if the class likes it, they're going to clap. If the class don't like it, they're not going to clap. Now, you might get some that clap, might get some that didn't clap. So, boom, when the teacher finally came to us, he said, explain the dish. We explained the dish, you know what I'm saying, the dessert, and we told him exactly what it was. So he like, that strawberry look good. I mean, she chopped the strawberries up very fine. Like, she kind of did most of the work. I kind of like just did the fun stuff, like the eggs and, you know, putting the frosting inside of it. So she was like, yeah, and we also have frosting inside of these. One of them we have strawberry frosting. Woo. We made 12. So he like, all right, class, what do you guys think about this? So a lot of them clapped, but when I looked over, Charetta did not clap. The GAT clapped. Charetta did not clap, right? It got the Charetta, they got the theirs. We clap. right? We clapped. So everybody had overall a good grade. This teacher was cool. I was like, I wish he could have been like one of my regular teachers, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like an extra credit type teacher, you know? So boom. He like, all right, everybody did good. He like, now what you must do, he said, is give it to someone. And what they're going to do is write out how good it looked and they're going to taste it. So I was like, how are we going to get a teacher to do all of that? So boom, that's what we have to do. And we have to come back and give it to him, no matter if it's right now or tomorrow. So boom, I'm like, okay, I'm going to meet, we could give it to him tomorrow. If she wants to, then yeah, she could give it to him today. You know what I'm saying? She can figure it out. So she's like, who you want to give it to? I'm like, well, it's 12 here. I'm like, you could take 6 and I could take 6. And she like, oh yeah, we can do that. She like, hold on. So she get this little, like cover, like a box thing to place them in. And she give me a box thing and I place them in. I said, oh, that's smart. I didn't know we had none. She like, yeah, everything is in the bag. I said, but how are we going to get somebody? She like, oh, the teachers kind of know. I'm like, oh, she like, this is not like our first time doing it. I'm like, oh, this is cool, right? So boom, she like, who you gonna go to? I'm like, I really don't like none of my teachers, you know what I'm saying? So we just talking, right? We're talking. Boom, it's time to get up out of there, right? So Charetta, she like, Roshan, can I talk to you? I'm like, I gotta go give my desserts away. She like, okay, can I talk to you after that? I'm like, yeah. So Danielle like, she always want to talk to you. I'm like, yeah. She like, do y'all date? I'm like, no, we don't date. So she like, I know who I'm gonna get mine to. She like, I'm gonna get mine to my chemistry teacher. So we stopped. Chemistry teacher was there, grabbing everything. Boom, tried it, wrote that it was amazing. Boom, gave it to her. So she like, your turn. I'm like, I don't know. I said, I know how I can give it to you. I said, I can either give it to the lady that, you know, I was doing the play for, or I could give it to the principal. Or, you know, kind of butter it up. So she said, oh, you can give it to the principal. I said, that's a great idea. I say, but I'm going to save one, right? So she like, okay. So boom, we get to the office. I was like, hey, you know, is the principal here? So she said, yeah. Is that for the principal? I'm like, yeah. She like, I could take it for you. I'm like, no, I want to give it to you in person. Boom, she tell me I could go back there. The principal like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. I'm like, I got something for you. I'm like, this is for from Bacon. I'm trying to get extra credit. I'm like, I would like to give you this, but just take one and for myself. I'm like, but I would like for you to taste it. So he's like, okay. He like, which one you think that would be great for me? I'm like, are you a strawberry kind of guy? He was like, I love strawberry. I say, okay, we got strawberry frosted infused, and then we have strawberry fruit one. So he like, I do the infused. So he took it, right? He ate it. I said, I'm looking. I'm like, so how is it? So he like, it's great. I'm like, so I need you to kind of like put that it's great. All right. And so he like, okay, he like, I'll do that. I'm like, it's for the extra credit. So he took out like one of those little card things. He put like that it was amazing. He will order these. Like he put like a lot of cool stuff on the card, right? And he gave it to me. I was like, thank you. Say, I'm proud of you. Happy that you're going to your class and you're not getting in trouble. Now, mind you, I still got Marky on my mind. I still got Marky, man, on my mind. Now, Danielle, she's still there chilling with me. So, boom, I take one, and I say, you got a napkin? He like, oh, yeah. So he give me a napkin, boom. I got the cupcake, right? So I got one napkin holding the cupcake and another napkin covering it. So I go to the lady that does the acting class. So I goes in there, and she's literally at the door, sitting there in a chair. Okay, sitting there in the chair, and it's people that's gathering their stuff and still trying to leave. Like her class is over though. So I was like, hey, she like, oh, hey, you. I'm like, hey, she like, we don't have that part for you. I'm like, no. It's not about that. I'm like, I take Bacon, and so I just wanted to give you my last cupcake. And she like, you wanted to give me your last cupcake? I'm like, yeah. She like, is this for a grade? This is awesome. Is this for a grade? I would love. I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, it's okay. She like, thank you for thinking about me. I'm like, No problem. So she ate the cupcake and she was like, oh my God, this is so moist in the inside. This is good. I'm like, I'm glad you like it. She like, I like this a lot. So I'm like, yeah. She like, we miss you here. I'm like, I miss being, coming here too. I'm like, it's so big. She like, look, the next play, you should do it. You should sign up and do it. I'm like, I will. She like, okay, have a good day. I want you to have a good day. So boom, I walk off, right? And so Danielle stopped me. She like, okay, now can I tell you what I need to tell you? I'm like, yeah, you could tell me. She like, okay, I'm nervous, but I'm not nervous. I'm like, okay. So she like, so, I graduate this year. I'm like, oh, yeah. And so she like, I was thinking that I don't have nobody to go to homecoming and stuff with. So if you wanted to share that moment with me, I'm like, homecoming? She like, yeah, and, just prom and stuff. And I'm like, wait, really? She like, yeah. I'm like, will I be able to come? She like, yeah. Like, because I knew how it rolled, but not really. So she was like, yeah. I'm like, but I thought only people that date does it. She like, no, people, friends, you can bring friends or whatever. I'm like, okay, yeah, let me find out. She like, well, let me know so we can be wearing the same color. I'm like, so why me out of everybody? Like, she like, no, it's something about you. I just think you're pretty cool. And I like you cool. Like, it seemed like you fun. So as she talking to me, I see Charetta walking towards me. Right now, mind you, we at the entry of where we come in at the school at. I'm about to get ready to walk out, but I'm letting her talk. So Charetta comes walking straight up to where we at. And so they immediately stopped talking. And so Charetta like, y'all can keep talking. And so she like, oh, I thought you needed something. She like, yeah, I need Roshan. She like, yeah, well, I'm done, but just let me know. And I'm like, okay. She like, all right, bye. I'm like, all right, see you. She like, seeing like y'all getting very close. I'm like, don't start with me. So I'm walking towards the door close. She like, stop before we go out. I need to know, what are you talking about? I'm like, seemed like you was very happy today. She like, I'm not happy. I'm like, yeah, you was in class cheesing and smiling. She like, you want me to be in class sad? I'm like, no. Charetta, no, I don't. So I'm like, look, I don't want to talk right now. I'm like, I got to look for Marky. So I goes, right, out the door. Roosevelt and Greg, the other guy, and a couple of other guys is sitting out there. They don't have, like, not that I know of. Roosevelt don't have no out there. Like, they are out there. Okay? It's been a nice look. Like, why are y'all still out there? So are y'all out there waiting on me? You know what I'm saying? So I stopped immediately because then I got her in my ear, but I got my eyes on them. So I'm like, look, I got to. She like, no, please, let's talk. I'm like, please stop. Don't get him a show. She like, I'm not giving nobody a show. I'm like, yeah, you showing off. She like, I'm not showing off. I'm like, yes, you are. And I'm like, stop being loud. She like, I need to know. I'm like, fine, you want to know so bad? She like, yes. I'm like, y'all was real close last year? She like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, so you was wearing his jacket? She like, a jacket? I'm like, yeah, his jacket. His jacket. He was on the team. He was wearing his jacket. Because that's what boyfriends and girlfriends do. Or when somebody dates somebody. She like, I wore his jacket a few times. And it was because I was cold. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this seemed like y'all really close. She like, but I like you. I'm like, sure about that? She like, yes. I'm like, because it don't never seem like you on my side. She like, I am on your side. So as I'm talking to her, right, Greg comes over there. He like, hey, but as he get close, he's getting closer, but he's walking and he's talking. He like, hey, Charetta, you good? You good? So I'm like, your brother probably finna want to fight me. She like, ain't nobody gonna touch you. She like, yeah, don't come over here. We talking. So he like, well, this a free country. I could come over there. So she like, come on, let's walk off. So we walk off. So they gets in the car. They gets in Roosevelt's car. So they're driving. So I'm like, hey, now normally I don't let women walk on the outside. So I goes back in the inside. Charetta is walking now on the outside. So I pull her closer to the side. I'm like, hey, let's dip this way. We cut through the grass, right? So they got the windows down. They laughing like, So I'm like, oh, they trying to pull it with me. So once I get to my bus stop, Charetta is at the bus stop with me. I said, look, you should go home. She like, no, I'm coming when you coming. I'm coming when you going. I'm like, I'm just going home. She like, and I'm coming. I'm like, you know, my mom might trip. She like, your mom like me. I'm like, I don't want you. She like, please come on. She like, I care about you. I'm like, she like, stop acting jealous. And if it was, that's my past. That was last year. Me and him was just cool. It was never nothing. I promise you. We never kissed before. I'm like, yeah, I never kissed before. No, we never. I'm like, okay. She like, so can we give it a shot? I'm like, I don't know. But you say you like me. I'm like, I do. I'm like, but I don't want to get my feelings hurt. She like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm like, look, here come my bus. She like, and I'm going with you. I'm like, my mama might say something. She like, are you on punishment? I'm like, no, I'm not on punishment. She's like, so why I can't come? I'm like, she like, what, you gonna have Danielle over there? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, she's just cool. And so she like, yeah, that's what they all say. I'm like, what? She like, that's what they all say. I'm like, all right, here come the bus. Boom, I get on the bus. She gets on the bus with me. Boom, we take it to my crib. I gets off the bus. I'm walking, right? I don't see Marky. None of Marky friends that he normally be hanging with. Normally they be out there on the bus stop waiting on Marky to at least, arrive. But ain't nobody out there. So me and her, we walking. So I'm like, I got to really find out where my brother at. I'm like, my mama gonna flip. So as I get ready, boom, I come to the front door. I'm like, hey, if my mama trip, just walk out. She like, why would she trip when your mama like me? I'm like, all right. So boom, boom. Front door now opening. When I walk in there, Marky have no shirt on, no pants on, just his underwear, and he's sitting in a chair. He got tears coming down his eyes. And I said, bro, I don't see mom. I'm like, bro, what happened? What's going on? Like, so Charetta like, are you okay? He like, do it look like I'm okay?